Hey guys, we're doing our Christmas in July special, and I do not want you to miss out on the metabolomics tests. So in the office, we understand that it is imperative to test and not guess. And yes, we have a lot of nutrient recommendations and nutraceuticals and supplements, but if you really want to know what is causing underlying issues or underlying diseases, you've got to make sure you test. So we've taken it upon ourselves to start doing metabolic testing. So when you think about metabolic testing, you think about functional nutrition or at a functional medical doctor, they're going to be doing these sort of tests. And the idea is that we want to look for areas of deficiencies that are affecting your metabolic pathways that would lead to diseases like heart disease, cancers, diabetes. And so we're also going to be looking for different kinds of tests. So let me just real quick, I want to go through the main tests that we're focusing on. So the first one is going to be called a GI effects test. This is specifically a test for you if you have issues like gas, bloating, indigestion, acid reflux, constipation, food allergies, inflammatory bowel issues like Crohn's disease, IBS, ulcerative colitis. If you have abdominal pain or abdominal cramping or gut dysbiosis, this is going to be a test that you absolutely need to do. I would also include any kind of autoimmune issues. If you have autoimmune issues, you really want to know what's going on with your gut, with the microbiome deficiencies, absorptions, things like that. So if you have any sort of things related to gut issues, make sure you ask us about the GI effects test. So that way we can see what's really causing these issues and then be able to specifically correct these imbalances, deficiencies, or toxicities through nutritional corrections or even through nutraceutical or supplementation. The second one is the functional health kickstart panel. This is a really unique, it's very all-encompassing, but it's also going to be checking specifically for different biomarkers for damage that could lead to diseases. So this is specifically testing for DNA damage. So if you want to know what your potential risk is for cancers, or if you have a lot of cancer in your family, this is going to be an absolute test that you have to do because it's going to be checking for DNA damage and biomarkers that could indicate there's cancer coming down the road. Gut immune defense, it's going to flag leaky gut issues and barrier issues. So if there's potential, again, autoimmune issues, we're going to look for leaky gut issues. Bacterial toxin exposure and dysbiosis. It's also going to look for glutathione imbalances. So if you have a lot of oxidative stress, we've got to know what your levels of antioxidants are. So we're going to test for that. And then it's going to be looking for lipid damage as well. So this is a very all-encompassing but very functional test. So it's called the Functional Health Kickstart Panel. The third one, this is a one-day hormone check. So if you're suffering from fatigue, weight loss resistance, or weight gain issues, menstrual irregularities, insomnias, loss of libido, changes in hair or skin, hot flashes, night sweats, or anxiety or stress. So this is, yes, men should take this if you know you have low testosterone, or maybe you're worried about having low testosterone with low libido, or you're having less vitality issues, then this is a really good test. But obviously, like women, your hormone system is very complex compared to guys. So if you are, in maybe a menopausal or premenopausal, or if you just have some of these different issues going on, or if you've had issues with fibroids or any sort of hormonal problems, then this is specifically gonna be a test. If you have breast cancer in your family, or if you're worried about potentially breast cancer issues, this is gonna be a very, very important test to do. And I guess not just breast cancer, but ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, because all those are hormonal tumors. So, all right, guys, those are the main tests that we're going to be focusing on for Christmas in July. They're all 20% off. So check out those prices. Again, ask us questions if you're interested. This, again, I believe is the future of medicine. We got to figure out what we can do to build health that's, that we're able to do correct without drugs or surgery. So make sure you check those out and ask us questions. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.